workplace expert Cheri Perry. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure, Cleo.
Hey, Cheri, over the weekend especially, a lot of companies, corporate companies, have taken a stand against racism, saying we stand with the black community. Is it time for companies to do some mandatory sensitivity training, or better yet, implicit bias training?
You bet. In fact, it's probably past time. We've got a lot of companies out there that are kind of skirting around the tough issues and the tough topics. But man, good, solid workplace cultures have an environment where people can talk about things that really make a difference.
Hey, Cheri, I'll be honest with you. I've had some friends approach me and say, Cleo, we're all talking about racism and police brutality that has happened, that's deep-rooted in our country, and I'm the only black person at work. How do I address this? It's an uncomfortable conversation for a lot of people.
It's very uncomfortable, especially since, there are a lot of people that go about there every day and they really, they don't see what some people do see with regards to the sensitive topic. And so one of the things that I'm encouraging business owners to do right now is to make sure that you've got a workplace culture that is not afraid to talk about sensitive issues. This is one that needs to be discussed, and the worst thing a business owner can do right now is just not do anything. They've got to talk about it.
I love that you said that. Do something, right? Starbucks, they had implemented racial bias training. Do we know if that even worked, or maybe it was just 1 week and they needed more?
Well, it's interesting that you bring that up, because I'm right now in the middle of writing an article on the fact that you cannot do a one-time training and think that you've addressed the issue. No matter what kind of workplace culture you have, there's got to be ongoing conversation. There has to be an ongoing focus on making sure that every single person that works with you or with your team understands that we all need to feel like we belong. We all need to feel valued, and we need to have those conversations with a sense of respect.
We're talking about conversation, but a part of it is learning as well, right? There's a lot of people out there that maybe haven't taken the time to understand why the black community is hurting so much and has been. What do you say to that?
Well, what I say is that, you can find pictures. I know I recently saw a picture of Prince William with one camera angle faced one way. It looks like he's maybe given the crowd a piece of his mind. With the camera focused the other way, it's him holding 3 fingers up. So the bottom line is we all have a different viewpoint. We all have a different perspective. We have got to take the time to let the shades come down and have the kinds of conversations that say, hey, by the way, when you make this comment or that comment, it's uncomfortable. And a business owner would do really well to not only just start the conversation, but create the kind of workplace culture where sensitive topics are easy to have, and people don't feel like there's going to be some kind of after meeting repercussion for it.
Cheri, I could talk to you all afternoon. I wish we had you a little bit longer. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure, Cleo. Thanks. Let's do it again.
Of course, and we'll be right back after this break.